talking
Boom. Boom shakalaka. Crazy stuff.
very crazy.
Well, there's a lot of turmoil. I'm sure this morning. Is the chat still paused? Oh, it is. Let me just unpause the chat. I am so sorry, guys. As you can
I'm,
tell, it's Monday. We're just getting started here, so feel free to chat in now.
how do you tell it's Monday? I can't tell it's Monday.
I don't know. Well, I knew it was Monday because I woke up and my daughter had been keeping me up all night, so I thought I was like hallucinating for sure. And the market was up like 2.5% in like 1 minute. So I was like, I rubbed my eyes. I went, "Oh wow, that's real." Um, so
Yeah,
I,
I'm not in Fantasy Island anymore.
I'm not, yeah, I wasn't dreaming. So I was sure I was, but then I read the news and I'm like, oh, so us traders just get a slightly long weekend, huh? Is that what's gonna happen?
Well, I got a few things to talk about.
I'm glad you do.
And Jack knows one of them because, full disclosure, told him already. And all trading involves a substantial risk of loss, and that has to do with what I'm going to talk about. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instruments, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. If you trade anything, 90% chance you'll lose money because it's the way this game works. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. And I guess, Jack, we should just rip the band-aid, right? I got arrogant and I did something stupid. Guess what, everybody? Wrecked my own record. Look at this. Ouch. Took a 3-month step back. 3-month step back. I was trying to push and get over 100,000 by the 1-year anniversary. And now that pipe dream is gone.
Pushed how? Tell us, walk us through from start to finish, soup to nuts, beginning to end, A to
Soup to
Z.
nuts. Exactly what I did. Well, as we all know, I was trying to push and get this, you know, I was trying to get the 1-month profit up a lot. I was trying to get the 3-month up, and I was trying to have the 1-year profit at through 100,000 by the 1-year anniversary. That 1-year anniversary was coming up on the 16th of April. And I was doing my beer money trade yet on Friday, just like I always do. Got a couple accounts in at the 3 standard deviations, and I thought, the premium's pretty rich today. Fear's pretty high. I think we'll just kind of chill out a little bit. And I went in a little closer to the money than I should have. I went in closer to 2 standard deviations instead of 3 standard deviations, like I always talk about and harp about. And, just kind of being arrogant, like thinking I can make the money and keep pushing and, get another big gain in here and lock it in and keep pushing this thing up. And guess what? 20 minutes before the market closed, it came all the way down, right in the money for my 2 standard deviation play. And put it on a 1-minute chart so we can see this.
Did you ever consider closing it out early?
I did close it out early for 30 points.
Earlier than the loss.
I was trying to, and it was moving so fast. See, right here, I thought I was fine. I was like, everything's okay. We're holding. And then 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minutes later, 6 minutes later, I was looking at a full loss because my short was right here at 750. 23,800, 23,750, 50 wide. 6 minutes made the difference between, I was like, we could hold here. I mean, look how far that dropped too. That went from 23,860-ish all the way down to 23,750-ish. And that was like in 7 minutes.
That was
7 minutes.
the witching day.
Yeah. But I mean, we had been drifting down. I was like, we're just going to bobble around in here, maybe drift on down a little bit into the close. And I kept expecting a big reversal like this actually to show up, but not before we did this flush. And I started trying to close it. I was trying to close it for 10 loss. I was trying to close it for 15 loss. I was trying to close it for 20 loss, and ended up.
Limit orders.
Yeah, I was like recycling the limit orders as fast as I could, and I jumped up to 30. And right when that reversal hit, right there, I got filled at 30. Immediately, I jumped back down 3 standard deviations, which was down here, and put another one on with the month with what I had left in the account, and made $1,000 back. $1,000 right there, 1K, and rode that into the close. If I had not touched it, because we closed up here, I would have been fine. But if we had kept doing this, I would have had a full loss and been out of the game. Risk of ruin.
How much would the loss have been?
The loss would have been, I was riding 17 contracts times 50, which was 5,000. So do the math on that. Let me get the calculator. I can't. 85. Is that 85,000? That 80? No, it's not 850K. It's 85,000, I think.
Like 65. Is it 85K?
Yeah, it's 85,000. So I booked 50,000 is what I booked right here, and then turned that into 49,000 with this, make 1,000 back. So it was a $49,000 loss instead of an $85,000 loss. I was risking 85K in this account, which was not all the account. It was all the profit in the account, but it was not the whole entire account.
Let's go back and look at that chart again.
And that set me 3 months back to December. Right there. Now I just want, hold on 1 second before we do that. I just want to show you, like I played in the other account with the proper 3 standard deviation and still going, still fine.
Oh, you got a full winner on that one.
Yeah, full winner on that one. Played right. If I had not gotten arrogant and full of myself and just played by the rules, this account would have been fine. So that this real deal. There's psychology for it. There's the $48,850 or $605 loss right there on Friday. So took back 3 months. Ouch. But lived to play another game. Already playing again today. So
that's right. Still in it.
All right, Jack. Back to this chart.
Back to this chart. This would have taken cojones mas grande to do what I'm going to lay out here, but it's what I do.
I'm not a hedger. I'm not a hedger. I'm not a, all right. As far as closing the short goes, I didn't have the capital. Like I was already tapped out. So it was either close it or I couldn't eat the short. So
if you took this on an all or nothing basis, which you normally do, I just want to say again, the last 10 minutes, it is controlled by the professionals. Every single day, the market is open. So if you look on your map or your chart,
that was the last 10 minutes. That right there.
Went and got a drink, had a sip of shine, go outside, have a cigar, just come right back. That's the last 10 minutes. That's straight in the same direction. So whatever direction it's going in that last 10 minutes is the way it's going to go. And maybe if you just say, I'm not going to do anything until 7 minutes, 5 minutes before the close, it might change things. That's what I do. If I'm down like that, and this is like a credit spread dilemma. Okay. You go into the trade, you know how much you're going to risk, you're going to lose. Then you have 3 choices when it comes to unwinding it. The first choice is do nothing if you think the options are going to be out of the money. Second thing is to unwind it at wherever it is, close to break even if you use a tripwire. And then the third thing is take the short piece off and stay long the long piece if you have the cash and capital to do all that. But here, if you would have just done choice A, which is nothing, it sucks to look back in hindsight and think if I would have just done nothing, I would have been right.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to sit here and talk about it today.
Yeah,
Um, if I had done nothing, it would have been completely fine. But
yeah.
my personal rules said the risk of ruin. We're staring down the abyss. Now's the time to close it while you still got some to play tomorrow. And that's what I did.
You normally go all or nothing though, too. So this is a weird, if you were to add some words to your ledger here, some notes, this is you stuck to your rules and you deviated from a little bit too.
Yeah, I deviated all over the place on Friday. Like, it was like if I'm going to deviate on the way in, I'm deviating on the way out. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it was just a day where I played two other accounts by the rules. This
yeah.
account, I got full of I was trying to push and get that 100,000 so I could, brag on it. And, that's what the market has a way of humbling people. And there you
Oh,
go.
does it ever? Does it ever? Yeah,
It
I
ate my
know.
humble pie right there.
And one
And
of the worst things about it is I hope you didn't beat yourself up over it all weekend because when you don't have a chance to climb right back in the ring, you're sitting there with a bloody nose. You want to get back in and fight, but you got 2 days now to stew over it. I hope you
let's
didn't
see,
beat yourself up too much and just know it's part of the business, man. It happens. You get your doors
on
kicked.
Friday, on Friday, I was riding 27 contracts, including the 17 right here. 17 were right here. The other 10 or 11, maybe actually it was 28 contracts, I guess. I was riding 17 here, and I had 11 more down here that never got touched. And
Now,
I never even panicked on these. Like I was like, those will be fine. Like I thought they were fine. And even when we were doing this, I wasn't freaking out about these. Funny enough. And right now, today, I'm able to play 20 contracts. So I only lost the ability to play like 7 or 8 contracts, even though it was a 10 contract loss right there.
is there anything you would have done different now? They have the ability to go hindsight on it, 2020, of course, but
I would have not chased premium on the entry if I could do it all over again.
mhm.
Uh, you know, I could have waited till here. If I knew that Dib was going to do this, I could have waited till here and put my trade on down here and gotten, instead of picking up a few 20s, I could have picked up like, it's going to sound ridiculous, but it could have been like a $17,000 trade here
Yeah, yeah, because of the yeah.
because of that right there. But it is what it is at this point.
Good lesson, great lesson. I hope we save this one, and this will be a good chapter in your upcoming book.
Well, this will be like forever on the chart because I'm not gonna, there's no removing it, there's no hiding it, there's no like it'll be me making this back for the next couple months.
Certainly looks like an aberration relative to how you were doing. It's not something that happens.
Yeah, I mean, risk of ruin, right? I mean, it's like I, I talked about it constantly. I just, got full of myself on. I was like, I got this feeling that we're not gonna do this giant flush out, and then we did. And funny enough, though, look at this. If I had just held steady, we
At
were
last
right
10
back.
minutes, brother.
We were right back to where we were at, you know, basically 2 o'clock on the close.
That last 10 minutes is dramatic, though. I'm telling you, you could take that to the bank. Write it down, folks. Amateurs control the open and professionals control the close.
And if I just held on for 5 minutes, I probably would have held on into the close.
And you normally are in it to win it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's yeah, it's very strange.
I mean, the other account, I never even pulled it up. And I mean, I just rode that one into the close. Like,
Yeah, like you, yeah, like you normally do.
so I still have, I'm still sitting on like $25,000 worth of profit in this account to offset the what I ate right here. So when you actually pull this all up and I sent you this graph in PowerX Optimizer where I track all of this stuff, all the accounts together. if we actually pull this up, I'm still positive for the year. Still
Yeah.
net
And
positives.
you have a positive outlook. I could tell that, Tony, your voice is good. A lot of people would never have gotten out of bed today after taking a loss like that.
Yeah, see, we can play this quarter.
So full of self-loathing that they would have, yeah.
Still profitable for the year, right there. Still, this is just this year. I'm still sitting on $17,000 worth of profit, even after giving some back.
It's good. Quarter's not
And
even over. We're not even out of the first quarter here.
yeah, and after today, this will probably be above where I was January. So really, I just stepped back into some of February's profit. And
Be on your mind this afternoon come 2:30.
what was the question?
What's going to be on your mind?
What's on my mind?
You do
Not
this
a lot.
afternoon.
I've already I've already got a little bit of this trade going on because the fear was so high today. I could be at 4 standard deviations below the money and get paid more than a normal day.
I know.
So I don't think today's going to be a bad day in the market. It looks like a big bounce day to me. Um, it is, churning around a little bit, but I don't think we're going to do anything too crazy here the rest of today, honestly. I mean, look at this. We're way up here.
Now that was a big loss, but you handled that loss like a pro. Just want to tell you.
And, I use this QQQ times 4107 to get live NASDAQ pricing. Here's what we're doing. We pulled back a little bit, but I'm not really concerned at all.
Yeah. Yeah. People appreciate your sharing this. If you don't trade, you don't lose and you don't win. That's right, Don. We're not in this. It's like ships are safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for, right? If we're going to trade, we got to trade. We can't just sit there on our hands.
I
And
was
you,
able to play right down here already today, playing a little early.
yeah.
That's a huge buffer right there. And I
Yeah.
don't think we're just going to take that back today. Like,
Oh. The credit spread is a great trade. I see Dennis asking about credit spreads. Yeah, it's awesome. Uh, if you got something on the way up, you're gonna sell a put below the market and buy the next lower put. And you're always going to get paid more for the option you sell than you spend on the option you buy. That's your profit. That's your net credit. When you got a stock going down, you can sell a call above market price and buy the next higher strike call and create your net credit that way. So I love credit spreads, Dennis, because you can do them in bull, bear markets and sideways markets. Keith B says the NDX has been his home run.
good job.
Yeah.
Just for giggles, I guess you might say. This is NASDAQ's chart or NASDAQ's option chain. And it is, people are like, well, what is the ticker for NASDAQ? And it's just NDX on Tasty Trade. Let me pull this where it'll all fit on one screen here. You can see my counts at the top there. I mean, green, green, green. Let's hide it so we get the biggest option chain we can here. Now, at the money, roughly the market makers, as we've talked about on the show quite a bit, roughly they're pricing in 133 points up or down from now till the close today. 0-day options. 133 points, 132. It's bleeding off. Data decay is going to kick in really fast here soon.
Right.
Any moment now, it's going to really start bleeding off. Now, 1 standard deviation is basically that, either side of the money. So you come down here, it's not perfect. That at the money right there actually shows down to here. And this blue line is supposed to be the one, excuse me, it's supposed to be the 1 standard deviation line on the options. So slight discrepancy here, a little bit of price inefficiency between the at the money options and where the options, all the Greeks in the options are saying that 1 standard deviation is. It's about a 30-point discrepancy. Could you make money off of that? I don't know. Maybe, probably, some way, somehow. Now, I use the blue line because that's based on the actual option prices as we come down here. Second blue line, 2 standard deviations right there. So the difference between those right now, about 100 points. That's what the market is, or that's what the option prices are saying is 1 standard deviation. So 3 standard deviations down is right here, 23,980. 4 standard deviations down is 23,880, and I'm below that right now with my position. Yeah, I have 10 sold right there. So 4 standard deviations, that's like 99.99% that you're not going to get in trouble.
That's the other good point that you're bringing up is you got to stick to the system. Even a system there's nothing that works 100% of the time. So even when you take the loss, if you like the system, which this one's been working great for you, you would stick to it. You wouldn't quit. A lot of people want to quit and they look at that as a reason to quit. The loss was so big, but that's not always the case. That's par for the course.
Yeah, the numbers are jumping around here too a little bit. So, we just ramped it up to 144. So
With an 81%.
must be a slight pullback. Yep, slight pullback in the market. Ramped all the standard deviations up a little bit that we're going to pull back further. But right now the market's trying to find this bottom before it goes on up here. It's just price action. Now, could it drop on down? Sure. It's always possible. We could rip it all the way back down. Is it very likely? Not really. So anyway, if you want to know more about that trade, I can post a link to where I talked about it quite a bit on YouTube. Let me find the link here really quickly for everybody.
And though your personality and perseverance is what's going to win out. I know you're intelligent and a professor and a doctor and all that, but I'll just say a lot of the success with this goes right back to just who you are as a person, right? Can you handle a bloody nose when you get in the boxing ring?
Yeah, I
You know,
mean, you can't, one bad day, one bad decision, you can't let that put you out of the game. And that's partly why I closed it too, is, I made a bad decision. I just owned it, booked it, moved on. And, a lot of people have trouble with that. Sticking the rules, I like I think it's human behavior. I told you that last loss wouldn't be the last one I did because I just knew that, human behavior, I was going to push the limits again and probably take another loss. It's just partly who I am is to push the limit. And
me too. I
so
never saw a limit I didn't want to push.
there you go. I thought the trade was the last 2 hours. I thought, I booked the loss in 20 minutes. And like I said, I wasn't playing by the rules. So if you're confused, I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, like on Friday. But I played at 2 standard deviations instead of 3. That was the big main thing that cost me the money. And then I closed instead of just holding my breath. Or I should have just got up and gone to the bathroom. I was like, I should get up and go to the bathroom. I was like, no, I bet this thing's about to drop out. And then it did. And then I was like, I gotta close it. So if I just got up and gone to the bathroom, I would have been gone for the the drop and the recovery.
Go outside. That's what I do. I know I'm just going to wait until the last 10 minutes. That's if I'm underwater on a credit spread trade on Friday or whatever day it expires, I'm not going to do a damn thing until that last 10 minutes because that's when all the other value dries up. There's no time value in it. There's no intrinsic value. I mean, there's just intrinsic value. That's all that's left. And that last 10 minutes is going to make me or break me.
So why did I play early today? Because I could be 4 standard deviations below the money and collect more premium than a regular day at 3 standard deviations.
LDM, he's been doing it 14 days. He's up 22 grand. So
Yeah, be careful playing that big. If you're up 22 grand, that means you're putting a lot of money behind it. I highly, highly recommend that people trade a month or 2 with just one contract before scaling up. But
LDM Friday is a great day to trade. One of the best days for me.
so anyway, just throwing that out there. That was a learning experience. Hopefully everybody learns the risk. The rules are there for every day. It's not just for the, it's like when, and people are like, oh, you should have known it was OPEX. It's like, I knew it was OPEX. I thought the extra premium was going to be there to take because of OPEX. Because, Jack, I mean, how many OPEXs have you seen that come and go and nothing really happens?
Not very many.
Not very many. I've seen a lot because every day is an OPEX that I play this trade.
I thought you meant like something, yeah, no, but a lot of days nothing happens, even if it's OPEX day. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
Yeah, my point was on this trade, every day is an OPEX day because I'm playing 0 days.
Yeah,
Most days, nothing happens.
yeah,
And I felt like triple witching was just an excuse to ramp up the premiums.
exactly.
So I played a little closer. And if I just shut my eyes, would have been fine. I would have gotten paid the little extra.
Go outside. Well, I can tell you, go outside that half hour. If you're underwater in that last half hour, go outside for 15 minutes, come back with 15 minutes left. You'll be the most clear-headed you've ever been when the pressure is the highest. That's how I am. I think more stress, more is at risk, the clearer I can think. So give yourself that last 15 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I gotta say about that, everybody.
Yeah. How about Kraken? Did he get busy this weekend?
He made a completely crap report, and then I got on him, and he made a really good report, I think, and I have it to share with everybody here.
Yeah, and as Don says, don't blame your wife, even though it was her fault.
My wife had nothing to do with anything there. She wasn't here. She doesn't know. She
Oh, it's funny.
All right. That was not the right thing to do. It posted the link to Discord instead of the report.
Today was a great day. If anybody got assigned anything over the weekend, uh, this is the greatest day when you get assigned on Friday and the stock you got assigned is up a couple bucks and you can sell calls against it. It's a beautiful day like this.
Trying to make
Anybody
sure I got the
anything,
right one before I paste it in here.
anybody get assigned over the weekend on anything? Let me know in the chat.
I had a ton of options that expired completely worthless.
Yeah, I had those, but the assignment was cool. Joe got us, or Mike in St. Louis got assigned. I thought I saw, okay, Dave T got CSIQ, Susan got LRCX and BE, Roger got Tesla. You're probably up big in Tesla, 380.
It Tesla dropped right.
Good. SoFi got assigned.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tesla dropped right down. I'm on the wrong freaking screen. Come on now. Edit in the document instead of changing the Tesla. How many times did I say 370? 370, 370, 370?
100 times. So if you got assigned and it's up, did you guys sell the stock or did you just sell a call higher up? A lot of stuff bounced.
Right there it was on Friday, 370. We got it. Getting ready to go higher.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you got it put to at 370, you got a booming day right now. This is a great time to sell a call. You think the bottom's in on Tesla?
That's my working theory right now. And we popped up through the 5-minute roadmap line. If we can hold on to it, probably going higher.
One
Turn
of
down
the
for the
one of the best fun days when you get put and then it's way up.
we are pulling back just a little bit in the market.
Some
But
guys hold
that was
stock.
such a I was gonna say we had such a giant step higher into the open that it just makes sense that few people are trying to push it back down a little bit
Yeah.
before they let it go higher.
Mike asks a question that you helped me with this, Jeffrey. Mike asks, if we get assigned, do we hold or immediately sell calls? Having a hard time making that decision on some of them. So
Well,
you got a little flexibility where I normally just sell the call, but I like how you telling me maybe wait, right?
yeah, I mean, like, so we were down in the dumps on a lot of stuff, right? Like way down. It really depends on your chart. Like what do you expect to happen next? If you're up big, you're happy with the profit. But why did you sell the put to begin with? Like this goes back to your psychology. Like I can't say what's right for you and what you should do. Why did you sell the put in the first place?
Wanted the stock in my case.
You wanted the stock, right? Like that's rule, like step one of the wheel, like before you even actually sell the put, you got to find a stock you want to own. And you got to find a price that you want to own it at, right? Stock you want to
And
own,
willing to
price you don't
sell.
want to,
Yeah.
and
No,
then you got to have something that you're willing to let go of too. I mean, that's part of the whole thing. But the whole point was we wanted to buy this stock. If you did it and you didn't want to buy the stock, your answer is I should sell the shares right now. If
but
something changed about your attitude wanting to own it right now, you should sell the stock right now at a profit. Period. You did the wrong ticker, you did the wrong thing, you did the wrong price, whatever it is. Get out. Jack, you got anything different? I mean,
oh, no, that's totally right. If you change your mind on the stock, get out. But one thing to remember, and I've done this too, just because it's too easy. But if you get put a stock and on Friday and it's up $1.50 on Monday, it's easy to sell that up $1.50 just because it happened quick. But you're missing out on the chance to unlock, as you say it, Jeffrey. The third and biggest reason to be doing this is that let's say the stock's up $1.50 or $2 today from your assigned price on Friday. If you sell the stock, you make the $2, but if you continue to sell the call, you set yourself up to get called out much higher, and that's where the big money is.
now let's say that Tesla here, let's say you got put at 370, right? Say it was down at 366 on Friday. You were like debating your life choices right before the close. You got put at 370. Now you're up here, could have sold at 380. Right now you can sell at 378, book $8 a share profit plus whatever you took on the credit. But look at this. Like, this is not guaranteed, of course, but if this rallies up to the target, the next target, I mean, we just did the bottom target that I'm talking about 370 for how long? 2 months, 3 months that we might go down there and find a bottom and start bouncing, which is exactly what we've done so far. Could it go lower? Sure. Absolutely. Could 370 be the bottom? Yep. Could absolutely. The target up here, if we do the bounce, come back up through, we got resistance up here at 440. If we come through that 440, the target 520.
Now imagine getting put the stock at 370, selling, let's say, a 385 or a 390 call. You don't get called out. You keep the stock at 370. You made a couple $3 selling a call. You don't get called out. You do it again. You're driving your costs down to 367, right? You don't
Yeah.
get called out. You do it again. You do it again. You do it again. Then you do get called out around 520. That's gold right there. To be able to take this in at 370, now you're fine. Sell calls at a price you don't think you'll get called out at, all the way up until we get into that zone. That's possible and probable for a lot of you if you're selling these calls right. But just to take a quick $8 profit on the stock, I think you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
So if I offered you today $8 today or $150 a few months from now,
That's a good way to frame it. Yeah, I'll take the 150 a few months from now, not eight today. Because I can't replicate that situation. I can't get right back in eight in the money right away like I just did if you got put the stock. And I like
now,
that.
if you're sitting here today and you're like, oh dear gosh, what did I do? I'm debating my life choices. I'm up $8, but this thing's going to, I think it's going 100. I'm listening to the news. You know, the the sentiment's turning negative, and you got the wrong stock. You got the wrong horse. You gotta but take your $8 and walk away. Go find something else that you can sleep well at night. It's trader psychology. I mean, it's pure and simple.
I think you're lucky to get this put to you at 370.
Now, I think 370 is going to be a bottom, but I'm not 100% certain. What would I say? I'd probably say right now, today, maybe something like 68% certain. Because, all the things that I know about this, it could dip on down to 350 or even 340. Could be a little bit further down. So when you look at how far up it went, there's some other fib levels down here that we could go visit. We could come all the way down to 300. It's entirely possible right now. It'd be a different fib pattern, a different price pattern. Right now, we've got this bounce in here and a potential to go to 520. Now, some other magic kicks in if we go all the way down here to 200. SpaceX is likely to buy out Tesla. So that's you gotta be aware of the situation here.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen.
If Tesla dips to 200 and SpaceX gets the valuation they're supposed to have, all of a sudden Tesla is worth 1/2 of what SpaceX is, and they can acquire it.
What's the market cap on Tesla right here?
Right here, right now, market cap 1.4 trillion. So
And
we're already under the valuation of SpaceX.
I was going to ask, what's the estimated dollar amount of the SpaceX offering?
And right now, they're valuing at 1.5 trillion plus. It might be getting closer to 1.75 trillion.
Yeah,
They keep doing these little capital offers, ramping up into the IPO. And the IPO is only going to offer, this is where it's crazy, they're only going to offer $50 billion of shares to the market with a $1.5 trillion plus valuation. So what they're looking at doing is creating a supply squeeze on the shares with only this many shares available, push this valuation up so that they can take Tesla private. I can see the writing on the wall. Nobody's talking about this.
What price would they take them private at?
I think if Tesla dips,
Have to bid on it. They'd have to put an open market bid on Tesla.
yeah, I think if Tesla dips to half the value of SpaceX, that they'll acquire Tesla. I think that's where the writing is on the wall. That's what I see.
Easily, super easily. Once he goes public, he did that's considered an equity offering. He could easily do a debt offering to raise the money to buy Tesla, no problem.
Yeah. You can say, I mean, you can pick on it all you want. I see this as the plan. Elon very vocally dislikes the corporate structure, the bylaws of Tesla. And he very much likes the way SpaceX runs. He's already put XAI into SpaceX. He put X into XAI and rolled it all together. So
easier for him to run it.
I think Tesla is destined to be part of SpaceX. I mean, they already own, Tesla already owns $2 billion worth of SpaceX.
Isn't that interesting? So you get a little SpaceX exposure just by owning Tesla. People don't know that. They think they got to get that XOVR, right?
What'll happen? It's they'll wrap it all up in a nice little bow and it'll all go away.
It'll all go right back to Elon's control. That's what he wants.
What happens, whatever the buyout price is, this goes away, TSLT goes away, TSLS goes away, all of them go away. Like all the derivatives go away. So right now, TSLL has you have no equity in Tesla if you play TSLL. You get 2x leverage on the move, but you don't have any equity in Tesla. So Tesla going away, the fund gets liquidated. Bottom line, that's in the prospectus already. I mean, if you go read the prospectus for TSLL, it'll have, what if Tesla quits being a company? It'll tell you what happens, a liquidation event. I mean, that's they're required to do that when they create these tickers. So,
Yeah, it'll be
Jack,
interesting. The valuation on SpaceX, even on the private level that it is now, I think you can still buy it through Forge and a few other companies. Equity Zen has an offering on it, but the minimum investment I think is 100 or 150,000, and there's no guarantee you can get out. But all those private deals are now listed everywhere.
and XOVR has some SpaceX exposure
Mhm.
to public-private crossover ETF, first of its kind. Good or
Yep.
bad? I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, Robinhood has entered the game with their fund that has a piece of data bricks and a bunch of other ones. So it's similar to XOVR, but it's 100% private deals.
yeah.
Robinhood Ventures, RVI. It's got some good. I own it.
Um,
I knew it wasn't going to be a good IPO when I got the full 100 that I asked for.
hey, it's up though. I
I
mean,
know, I know. But, I got BitGo. Whenever I get the full allocation, I know it's going to be terrible. Whenever they give me just a few shares, I know it's going to be good.
that BTGO is not
Oh,
looking so hot.
replay. But, I got in trouble for selling Medline before the first 90 days when that went public. So I wasn't able to buy any IPOs at Robinhood for a while. I was in the doghouse. But how you liking Fly?
I still gotta wait. I just still hadn't proved anything for me. So yeah, that we're still banging around here at the bottom for me until we got to get back up in the $30 area
I
before I'd
just
be
love this from the standpoint. What was the IPO price?
IPO day opening price $70.
I don't remember what the offering price was, but I love that it's failed and it's a real deal. It's a real company, right?
Yeah, they
I,
just reported. I mean, they don't have earnings; they're losing money, but they did report revenue. Wasn't huge. They've got things going on. They've got employees. They've
things going on. Yeah, 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 for sure. I like it.
now Jack, a lot of people, how do you find stuff in this arena? How do you find stuff to do triple income? How do we find stuff like this? And, you know, how do how does the bot, how does the Kraken find stuff? Well, first off, you could come to this show. I give you the report every day, or at least I try to, unless we have a technological failure with Kraken. Um, but there's another way. If you didn't want to come to the show, you kind of wanted to do this completely on your own, and you can go to a place like you can buy software, you can whatever, but I'm going to give you a free way to potentially build your own list. Is it a lot of work? Yes. I'm not going to sugarcoat that one bit. But Market Chameleon right here, free site. I don't have any login at all. Come in here, you click on the stocks button right here. 52-week highs and lows. This finds jacks up and to the right on the 52-week highs. You think about it. Even though the stock market is like the worst start since whatever year, and it's beat down, and we got this war, we got this. There's still 58 companies making 52-week highs right here. Every day the market open, as far as I know, there's something making a 52-week day high.
Yep.
Now it may or may not be good stuff. There's some 2x leverage stuff in here, blah blah blah. Now,
Or it may be gapped up on news. It's not up at a new high based on its trend, which I prefer. Could be gapping up on news or new high on news, which I don't like.
now we just have a list, and there's 58. So how do we start weaning this down? How do we start culling it down to something we could look at? Well, if we're going to sell triple income, we're going to try to sell options. we need options volume. The first couple on here, just on this default list, don't even have options volume. So let's sort by option volume. Now, I'm not saying today is going to be a huge list. There may only be a few on here today, which it looks like that's true. I usually look at stuff that has 10,000 or more to start building my list. That gets us down to 3 stocks out of 58 to potentially look at.
And that fourth one is good.
And you got the fourth one's not bad. Like, could you dip on down to 5,000? Sure. I'm just saying, like, the most liquid options are above 10,000 a day average. And it's usually where you can get good premium. You can get in and out pretty easy if you want to.
Yeah. Write that down. It has to have options action, or you're not going to make any money. So that's number one. And number two might be stock price, because that's going to determine how you allocate your capital. You can't do it on a $900 stock, right?
Yeah. So GE Veranova may be way above your means. Like, you can't justify putting $90,000 into one contract, right? I mean, it'd be pretty wild.
Those other three look great. Hal,
We got
Fast,
Halliburton. You could get into that one for, 3,700 bucks.
yeah, Fastly even under 3 grand, and under
Fastly.
AXT, which we've been talking about that for weeks.
So there you go. That's
That's
a
really,
few.
you take a new high, start there. That's a single best place to start. And then you go and look at options action. If there's none, you eliminate it. If there is, you keep it on the list. And then you go look at price. And then you may want to pull it up and look at a trend. And then you go to PXO and it picks the strike for you and you get started. Man,
Now, if you don't have PXO, if you're still just getting started, you don't have the cash to outlay for something like that. Halliburton, weekly options. That's one of the advantages of having something over 10,000 options. It's probably going to have weekly options. Come in here and you start fishing. 4 days out, you could be down around a 36. And we haven't even looked at a stock chart yet, but I know it's got strength because it's at a 52-week high.
Oh, I like that one right there. That's a good pick right there. Yeah, that's a good one.
Go look at it. I pulled up the wrong one. Pulled up the Indian version instead of the. So here's you're like, oh man, but that's not at all-time highs. No, we're just talking about a 52-week high, which is just the last 12 months. Last year, this time it made a low.
Does this
And
pay?
it hasn't looked back.
I like it. That's the process pretty much we use. I like how you walked through there. What's the dividend on this little sucker?
Let's see what the dividend
Gotta have an oil company.
1.86. Not the best, but not bad.
Got a decent beta.
Yeah, decent beta right in the market. There's
Just
other
what we
things you can look at to filter them out or add to or take away or do you have to do this? No.
But you could do this one for a long, long, long time. You're not going to get priced out, whereas Tesla, that's takes a hell of a lot of money. This you could do. This is a good one for an under 5 grand account. And if you have more and you want to just spend 5 grand on each one, this is a great idea.
Yeah. Now, yes, some brokers do have lists of 52-week highs. I've yet to see a broker that lists 52-week highs and has that panel with the options. And has all this other information.
Yeah, the ideal panel would have the stock, the beta, the options.
And maybe Jack and I build a wheel scanner that has the stock, the options, the the beta.
Yeah,
Let us know that, would that be something you're interested in? Let me do a poll.
yeah, I'm interested. And this is just one day. And the other thing is, folks, you're off to the races with just one stock. You get 3 to 5, you're cooking. You get up to 7. Oh, that's that's all you need. Isn't that ironic? You only need 7 different. You don't even need 7. You could just pour all into 1 or 2 if you wanted, but you don't need much diversification.
So, I mean, this is,
This is
you know,
great stuff, man. I like that TSIM. I like ACAM. That AXTI, the only thing we kicked that out was I didn't think it had weeklies. Let's take a
you know,
look at AXTI because that was been popping on my thing since it was at 48.
and it may not have weeklies, AXTI. Yeah, it just has monthlies right now, but weeklies are probably coming with the volume that it has.
And the chart on this thing is unbelievable, man.
So it
Pull
has
up
good option volume, but it's only got monthlies.
height spreads too between the bid and the ask. But let's take a look at the chart on that AXTI because that's the Homer Simpson can't lose chart. Look
Up
at
and to the right. I mean, it
look at
looks almost just like
that.
Hal.
Now 48, man, it made a run already. Yeah, look at that. That's good stuff, boy. That's good. I like that.
And look at
Is it
that. It's gone
look
from
at
down here
that
to $1 to $60.
beta. Look at that beta. Now, where do you see this one going, Crystal Ball Man?
Well, that's the good, the bad, the ugly about what I do. When you have one move
Boing!
that just goes like this, there's no pullback. There's no, I'm a trend pullback continuation trader. That's everything I do is based on this pullback. Where's the pullback?
This looks almost like, and I hate to say it, manipulation or somebody knows something because no one's giving anybody a chance to sell. They just buying what's out there. That's what happens when someone knows something.
It's just buy, 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 buy,
All
buy,
it
buy,
is.
buy.
Anytime anything comes for sale, they buy it. And look at that. And they probably got, I'd love to see an options flow scanner on this thing. It looks like something, somebody knows something. Stocks don't do that normally. They either do it sharper than that or slower than that. That's a very unique angle.
Let's see. Let me
Insider buying.
I was trying to see what I can pull up here. Here's a scanner that I have, AXTI. And we're seeing some flows in here. Value. I'm not the best at this. I don't use this tool a lot, but we have some sweeps in here, some block orders. Yeah, sweep. Okay, so the difference in a block order and a sweep for people that may or may not know. A sweep is when a whole bunch of options for the same strike hit different exchanges at the same time. And commonly, us people in the market, us people watching option flow, think that that's usually one person or a group of people all doing the same trade. Now, it could be a guru like me or Jack issuing a trade and people all getting after the same options, but they all hit about the same time. And that's, you have a put sweep right there with 1,264 options. Now, blocks are when somebody makes one order at one exchange all together. That was 100 contracts in a block order right there. So that's the difference between a sweep and a block. And which one's more accurate? I feel like a block is more accurate because that's somebody making one trade all together at one time. People say that big players tend to hide their plays with sweeps. I don't know, Jack. You're a market maker. How easy or hard is that to do?
Hmm. The sweep, as I know it, is they all want it at one price, is whatever there is, as many as there is at that price. And the
But it's at
block,
different exchanges. Like it's
yeah,
swept across different exchanges.
wants them all. He wants all the cookies off all the shelves at all the stores at that price. Whereas the block, he's just pulling up to the store and he's saying, I want this many boxes of cookies at this price. And just sitting there until the whole thing gets filled or
Yeah.
not. It's a more
Now,
of a conviction thing with the block. I think it's more of an emotional reasoning with the sweep.
see, sweeps, I think, could be people like us, though, gurus, issuing a trade and a whole bunch of people getting in.
If we
And
put on the alert, no question. That's what happens is they're buying it all up at that one price. They want all of them.
And I feel like when you see sweeps that are round numbers, it's probably more accurate than when you see sweeps that are like 1264. Now, I think that's different people getting in at that same time.
Mhm.
Because
The block is one customer too. The sweep isn't.
yeah, well, the sweep could be one customer, but
Yeah, it could be.
it could not be one customer. It's hard to tell. So a lot of people sell, there's a lot of people that sell sweep scanners and things like this, but I feel like the block orders are almost more telling.
Yeah, that's definitely more institutional than a sweep. Bigger money, more conviction.
So you can see there's a block and a sweep right there, side by side.
Sweep
Same
the block.
strike. The block was actually bigger than the sweep. Same strike, same expiration, 417, 70 strike. Got some put players in here too. It's interesting. This is just bullflow.io. I use it for my gamma. I've showed it off here before with the heat map.
Outside of weeklies, AXTI looks okay.
Yeah. I
Appreciate
I think any day they could announce that they've got weeklies. So
it. And then
um
let's
any
take
given Thursday we might add some weeklies to AXTI.
let's take a look at the powerhouse, which is T.
Well, which one do you want to look at?
T, the unstoppable. For now, Vert,
VRT
La Machine.
hanging out up there.
Yeah, man.
Now it
Jack,
is not making a 52-week high today so far
well,
because its 52-week high is from about 2 weeks ago.
but I'm telling you, man, you could sell puts on this thing and make an absolute fortune. What's the beta on this thing? I'm not even sure that's right because
Sitting there at 210 right now for the 12-month beta.
top earners, and I know that from PXO, which is why I love that thing. But this has been a good little sucker. This Vert, yeah, I'm all over the place. I did more. I sold the 280, 250 calls
Wow,
and
280, 280, 250.
282. Can you believe that? And those things paid $1.97. This thing has just been amazing. I got puts all the way 205, 210, 215. I had it called away from me, and I got kind of pissed off because it ran away, And so now I've been trying to get it back. Not emotionally, I'm not revenge trading, but I definitely wanted to get back in it. I love this thing. I think it's going higher. I'm on it like stink on a monkey. I just don't like that gap, right? Those things, in my opinion, have to be filled in somewhere. So I don't want to go buying it at 270 and watch the gap get filled in at 217 or 211 or 210.
Well,
That'd
Jack,
be,
they say it's better to be peed off instead of peed on.
yeah.
So.
Not really pissed off about it. I hate it when it happens, and I'm such a good stock picker that it happens all the time. No, that's a joke. But when it does happen, it happens. Yeah, not that good.
Oh man. I pay for Bullflow just like everybody else, and I literally get a couple bucks if you use my link right there. It's the cheapest place I know of to get gamma exposure and stuff like that, and
MRAM,
options
not
flow.
so good, Mike in St. Louis. You're gonna hold that MRAM against me forever, and you should. But I'm still long it. I sold calls against that today, as a matter of fact, on MRAM, because I sold the September 18th 15 strike calls for 88 cents. How about that? I had to go that far out to get any money, September 18th. So there you go. But I'm still cash flowing it, still making money with it.
And then when I told you might pull back,
You're right. You're always right. I do it anyway. I don't always listen. That's my problem. To you, I don't always listen to you. I just tend to do what I want.
Hey, that's the thing, right? Like I knew the rules of the beer money trade. And I did what I wanted to on Friday and paid the
Yeah,
price.
interesting.
Um,
Just so
and
you know.
this one you may be stuck with for a little while, but
I
no.
want to wake up, man. Needs to wake the up. And then
And
great.
it can't all be winners. I mean, there's like 8,000 stocks out there, and they're not all going to be like winners. So
I'm underwater on this one, but I'm still cash flowing it.
it's like I have some CMG. It pulled back. Look at this. I said it might pull back to the 618. Right there at it. Now, does it pop
Any day now.
or does it drop?
It'll pop any day.
I'm looking for this. I might get out here. I'm not convinced it's going higher right now. When I really step back and do some of the look at some of the price action and what it's done and where it's failed, this might do a rally up into this 40s area and then come back to the bottom again before it can make a move. So, especially the weakness we had off the roadmap line here.
I
So
see a quote.
I may get out when I get back above break even and then wait and see what the chart does.
ASTS, I see a question in there about that one. You know, I'm long and strong. I
And
sold
then
102 calls and the 105 calls.
yeah, that one hadn't come down here yet. And I did have a boatload of options expire, like CMG expired, DOCU expired, DJT expired. Like when you look at my K info here, you can see all these options expired. And Circa, I actually got called out for profit, Jack. Like I was blaming you for getting me in it, kind of, but I was poking fun at you for getting me in it and pulled back. But that one right there actually called me out for profit.
I did the dumbest thing ever in that thing. I got on here, publicly said, I'm going to buy it. I did buy Circle just because it was beat the hell out of. And I don't think we knew the whole story or what it was even going to do. And I think as the story became more clear, I bought it at 55. That in 52, I thought as the story became more clear that the thing would get its hustle on. But I never thought, and then I sold it at 60, you know. I never
Yeah, see,
thought,
I was in here back in December, and then it took a spill. I added a little bit. Then I was on the leverage version, CRCA, and added a little bit. It did this reverse split right here, 10 for, I think it was 10 for one. Click on it. Yeah, 10 for one. So I had 700 shares. Then all of a sudden I had 70 shares. But before it reverse split, I had sold $6 calls, which would be $60 calls, which were higher than where I originally got in. So I actually got called out at 60 a share on the post split basis.
oh, were you actually blaming me for getting you in?
I'm just joking with you, man. You pointed Circle out to me. I'm the one that made the decision to get in.
I just
Uh,
pulled it up because it was a failed IPO. I think people had it wrong and didn't know the story. Now they know the story. This thing is off to the races.
and that's one big rip up right now. So what do I expect? I expect a pullback of some sort. One
I,
big move up off the low. Maybe the pullback's like this, and then we move up some more. But and we're sitting right there just above the support.
Look at that.
And we're stuck in this zone where we consolidated too.
50 bucks, man, it went down to.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
that. 50 right at 51. And now it's at 130 or 125.
Hit 240. It
So
went 40.
it was all the way up here. Like,
I know. So I thought when it failed, like, I got to look at this, man. I got to see what's going on. I'm going to give it a shot. Those people just sold because they thought it was a hot IPO. But now the story's coming more clear. That's what I was waiting for, and I didn't get to make a dime off of it. So I didn't do it right. Screwed it up. I botched it.
all right. Well,
Yeah. All right. What do you got for us,
Well,
Blake?
yeah, we've ran
man,
this thing way over.
Yeah, no, you guys are fine. I've been having a good time listening to you. Trying to work some stuff out over here. I was lucky you guys actually went long because I was trying to figure out I had to get a link for what we have today. So it was good. You guys did good. So we're actually changing it up. Recently, you did your Apollo algo, and that was a huge hit. People love that. People got back into it. But we're going back to a strategy that we've seen before, but one that I know you still love, and it's the triple threat trader.
No, yeah. I mean that's so if you like Apollo and you like a little faster paced action, like something that plays out in a couple hours, triple threat's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It takes Apollo cranks it down to a 1 minute time frame, which means the average trade is going to play out in an hour or less. And that's what triple threat is. Same
That's what triple
algorithm,
threat.
same exact math happening behind the scenes, just a 1 minute time frame instead of a 30-minute time frame. And it's
Cool.
fast action and it prints out winners galore.
Yes, this is a good one. So if you like the Apollo, like Jeffrey said, you will love this. So if you guys are ready, I can roll this.
Yeah,
Fire
let
them.
me
Fire it up.
all right, let's go.
Fire in a hole.
Trade signals with an average hold time less than 24 hours. They're day trades, basically. Occasionally you can hold overnight, especially late in the day. It'll grab the next day trade. And what you're going to see here today is an internal audit that took these real trades and was able to put, hindsight, right? We have the ability in hindsight to look at them. So I'm going to use a lot of examples that have hindsight, but has a real live front win rate of 74% win rate on 3,874. You were like, why do you need to have any hindsight? Well, some of the examples we used for, to take the best of the best trades were actually before we started the win rate here.